Hi guys, it's Angel and this is 50 and we're here tonight for the premiere of American Soul, airing on BET. We're going to talk to some of the cast members tonight. Stay tuned. Congratulations. Are you excited to be part of the show?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm overwhelmed.
Super excited to be here. The show is awesome. Can you give us a little insight and about what's going on with the show and what you're looking forward to as the outcome of everything?
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to all the things that we've done to make American Soul what it is. We've obviously established a lot of it through Soul Train, which lasted almost 37 years. We've got characters I think that everybody would love and some love to hate. And we've shared a lot of things that went on in my family, you know, a love story between my mom and my father. And we're looking forward to the fashion, the music, and everything else that comes along with it.
Thank you so much and good luck with everything. Thanks for stopping by. This is 50.
Thank you so much.
We're here with the cast of American Soul. Can you tell us a little bit about your role?
Oh yeah, JT. He's a musician. He's a nice guy. He's the man of the house of his family. He takes care of his mom, who happens to be addicted to drugs, and his little sister as well. He's trying to pursue a career in music along with the rest of his friends, his girlfriend Simone and her brother Kendall. So him trying to pursue that mixed in with the things that's holding him back. I wouldn't say his family's holding him back, but it's just a situation that makes it difficult, as well as the situation that he's involved in the show, which you guys will see. But yeah, that's basically who JT is.
This is 50. Hi.
Hi, how are you, girl? Congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your role?
Yeah, so I play Tessa Lorraine. Tessa is a feminist in the 70s. So she is a feminist for what the time period calls for. She was a classically trained dancer. She danced in Germany for a long time. She broke a lot of racial barriers while dancing as a ballerina in Germany because it wasn't typical for somebody to be of color and dancing in such a classical way. In 1971, which is where we're set, she is the dance coordinator for Soul Train, and she basically has a little bit of a clash with Donna in the realm of like what she believes Soul Train should look like. In real life, she's balancing being a businesswoman as well as being a newfound wife and finding her groove and how she meshes into wifehood. Yeah. Yes, exactly. She's all about woman power for sure.
So do you have a background in ballet and dance?
I do. I've danced since I was 3 years old. I went to the Ailey School in Fordham University for their BFA program. Shout out to Ailey Fordham. And I also went to schools such as the Kiroff, Baltimore School for the Arts, Washington Ballet. I've been dancing since before I can remember, honestly, outside of the classroom. Yeah.
Congratulations with everything. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so I play Kendall Clark. Kendall is a 19-year-old single teenage father who has dreams of being a musician, along with his sister and her boyfriend JT. You know, they're doing their best to make their way to fame. Things are not working out. You know, things are not going so smoothly as a lot of music careers go at first. And so instead of just waiting around for the opportunity to come, they decide to take the matter into their own hands. And Simone and Kendall decided to audition for Soul Train. And so, yeah, so the series, Kendall's story in the series deals with him going into his own as a man. We see him at the beginning of the series as well as dealing with the reality that he may be going to Vietnam, and just wrestling with all of that and wrestling with what it means to be a black man in 1970s America, despite all the hardships that we were facing. Because a lot of people think that after the civil rights movement in the 60s that things just started magically got better and we're free and no, but it really wasn't. It was a hard time for a lot of us, and so you see all of our characters, but especially Kendall going through his own struggles with that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you know, it was, some parts were easier than others. I've always felt a certain connection to that era of the 1970s. I don't know. I think because a lot of my heroes, musical heroes, Curtis Mayfield, James Brown, Michael Jackson, the Isleys, you know, like that era of music has always resonated with me. And so I always had that connection, but at the same time, you know, these are real lives. You know, even though Kendall is a fictional character created for the show, you know, there's going to be someone who watches that knows a Kendall out there, that knows somebody just like them. Exactly. It's exactly. And so it's one of those things where all I wanted to do was really tell that story and be truthful with it, and not be a caricature of a person. You know what I mean? So that was, I think, the hardest thing, just making sure that I stayed focused in that regard and stayed true to who I think this guy was at his core. And I hope that I did a good job. And so yeah.
This is 50.
Hey, how are you?
And I'm here.
I know y'all.
Yeah. Woo!
Girl, I'm loving everything you're giving me right now.
Thank you, and I'm loving everything you're giving me. It's an honor. I'm such a huge fan of you. I couldn't wait. I came here just for you, most of all.
Oh my
Yes,
God, thank you.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Give us a little insight on your role in the show.
Yes, I play Brienne Clark, the matriarch of the Clark family. I have 2 children, and they are in a singing group. My son, my daughter, and my daughter's boyfriend. They're trying really, really hard to break into the music industry, and they're having a hard time doing that. So when the auditions for the Soul Train Dancers comes up, they decide to try to use that as their entrance into show business. And for the better part of it, it works because they're hired as original Soul Train dancers. And I don't want to say too much more than that, but it does open up some opportunities, some avenues, some conflict among them. And you'll get a chance to see that play out. More than that, the show itself plays against the backdrop of the height of the civil rights movement, the Vietnam War, the draft, and my family is affected by all of that. You'll see that throughout season 1. We suffer loss, and it's a really, really good snapshot of what it was to be a black family in the early 70s. You get to see that by watching our family. So bigger than the show, we made a show inside of a show because we had to recreate episodes of Soul Train. But you see what was happening in the lives of the people who were connected to the show in a very detailed way to see how it all came together and how their lives were affected and the struggles they had. It's real life. It's real life.
Well, congratulations for everything. And
Thank you.
Can you just give a word of advice to the young ladies and women who can have some encouragement to be in your shoes?
Yes. Now anybody that knows my story knows that I was not what anybody's record company president was looking for. But I stuck to my guns, and I knew that I had something that was God-given, and I did not compromise. If I could tell you one thing, you are beautiful from inside out. You don't have to imitate what you see on the gram. You are beautiful, and your talent is more than enough. Trust the gift that God gave you. It will overwhelm people. You don't have to give it all away because you're trying to get paid for it anyway, right? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.